weather is ridiculous right now. Like, it is so windy. I went out this morning, came back in looking like Draco Malfoy. Not a good look. Hey guys, today I'm going to be making a video about the 7 of the top sort of mistakes that cis people make or can make when conversing with a trans person. Obviously there are a lot more, because being trans, it is quite easy to accidentally kind of offend one of us, because there is like so much stuff. We're all so different and so complex. But these are my top 7. These are the ones that I hear about a lot and I feel that need to be addressed first. Oh, there are a couple here that are sort of trans man related, because obviously being a trans man, that's all I really know. But the majority are very sort of general and apply to both trans men and women. Number 1. If you're out in public with someone who is trans and say you haven't really gotten used to the pronouns yet and you accidentally slip up, don't like panic, okay? You're still learning. And by panic, I mean something like this. Oh yeah, so she and I were... sorry, I didn't mean to mean that at all. I meant to say he. I'm so sorry. It's alright. No, I'm so sorry. I won't do it again, I promise. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, basically that is what the sort of situation that you will get yourself into. Now I can assure you that I understand that if you are like that, you are trying. You're concerned that you are misgendering that person and you are worried about offending them. But acting like that would only draw more attention to that person and sort of cause more of a scene. I would make them feel very uncomfortable. What you should do is something like this. Oh yeah, so she and I, he. Sorry. It's alright, no problem. Try again next time, yeah? See? Nothing wrong with that. They're just, if you're friends with that person, they will probably understand that you're struggling to get the right pronouns. And if you show that you're correcting yourself, that means a lot. Like, trust me, when my friends correct themselves and apologise, I shrug my shoulders and say, it's alright, thank you for correcting yourself. That's all that is important to me. Number 2, if you're introduced to someone who is trans and they tell you that they are trans and you can't really tell they are, so to speak, if they really, really look like their chosen gender and you want to compliment them on that fact, don't do something like this. Oh really? Wow? You're a trans man? Oh wow, I would have never known you were a girl. Don't. Just don't. I can see where you're coming from if you do that, but you're trying to compliment them, all it does is turn into an insult. Basically what you're saying to that person is that they are still a girl and are simply dressing as a boy and simply look like a girl dressed as a boy. They are not a girl at all. Like, I'm not a girl. I dress just like this because I want to identify as a boy. All aspects, okay? If you really want to compliment someone on the fact that they really look like their chosen gender, say something like this. Really? What? You're trans? Wow, you passed really well. See? That's all you need to do. Compliment on the fact that they're passing, and trust me, being told that by someone you've only just met is like amazing. Being told that you passed well and that they wouldn't have known, it is such a good feeling, because obviously your friends and family, you have to tell them and they have to kind of learn, but if it's someone you've hardly met and they kind of assume and get it right, that's like, it's great. Number 3, if you're introduced to a trans person, whatever you do, don't do this. Oh really? You're trans, right? Yeah, I am. What about it? Well, if you're trans, what do you have down there? That's not what you do. Basically, you may have been curious about something, but basically all you're doing, you're asking a person you just met what genitals they have. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't walk around doing that to other people. Your genitals in general are such a personal thing. They're very private, and it's only something you talk about with someone you're confident with. If you're friends with this person, just wait for them to open up and talk about it with you. Don't instigate a conversation about that. If they want to talk to you about what's going on there, then just let them just wait, okay? Don't just blurt that, because that is such a personal thing. Number 4. This goes along the same lines as number 3, and that is asking about surgery. I understand that a lot of people are probably curious about it, but if you are introduced to a trans person, don't kind of stand there and go, oh hey, so what surgery have you had? Because again, that is something very personal, and as Laverne Cox has already said, it is not all that trans people are about. A lot of cis people seem to think that the only part of being trans is sort of the physical sort of side. There is a lot of mental transitioning that goes on before any physical transitioning comes to play. There is so much. It is such a confusing thing, and it is so big that's more what's going on. And like I said, the surgery is incredibly personal. Like I said in point number 3, it's something they'll probably open up to you about if you're really close with them and they trust you and they want to kind of talk with you about it. Just, yeah, like I said, wait for them to come to you. Number 5. Now this one relates more to trans men, but it can be quite easily flipped around to trans women. Whatever you do, if you're talking to a trans man, do not refer to this part of their body as their boobs or their tits or their breasts. It's such a clinical word, isn't it? Breasts. See? It makes me feel uncomfortable just to say the words. Obviously a lot of trans men use different words when it comes to this part of their body, their boobs, their man-titties, just anything like that. But that is something that is personal to them. If you are going to talk about this area, refer to it as their chest. That is like the go-to sort of safe word. And then after that, they can inform you as to what words they use to refer to this area, so that you're not going to accidentally insult them. Using the word boobs or breasts or like that, for someone who hasn't had top surgery or something like that, it can cause, dysphoria, or basically calling this part of their body feminine or female. And I can assure you all trans men are pretty aware that this is like the big issue when it comes to passing, and calling it a name that is stereotypically female is just going to cause issues, and it can make them feel very uncomfortable. Number 6. Now this one I actually hear about a lot from a lot of cis people, and that is asking about our birth names. I can understand that there's sort of a level of curiosity there, you kind of want to know, but you don't need to, okay? It's not something you need to know at all. It is something that they had that's in the past that is no longer important. The only name you need to know is their chosen name. Asking for their birth name, that's just going to cause issues, because some of them might not want to share that, especially with someone who they're not that close to. Like at the moment, I really hate talking about my birth name. And a lot of my new friends, they have no idea what my birth name is, and I prefer it to stay that way. They can just refer to me as my chosen name, and that's that. I feel like I should expand on this a bit more. If you are asking about that, don't sit there and go, so, what is your real name? My real name is my chosen name, which is Kieran. You are asking for my birth name. You're implying that the name I chose isn't my real name, and that the only name that is real is the one I was given at birth. That is not acceptable. You're basically saying that their identity as male or whatever is not real, and that the only real identity they have is the one they were given at birth. And that is a big thumbs down. I'm sorry. That is not okay. That is not okay. Number 7. If you are out in public with a friend of yours who is a trans person, don't introduce them to new people as trans. Don't sit there and go, oh hey, yes, this is Kieran, my trans friend. You don't, that's not your decision. Basically all you're doing is outing them to someone they don't know. You don't know their situation. They may be very insecure about their gender identity and maybe only coming out to certain people just so they can get accustomed to it. Or furthermore, they might be in a situation where it is not safe for them to be out, and you outing them to this random stranger could put you at risk from like family or school friends or someone else finding out and causing them a lot of trouble, putting them at risk. So if you are going to introduce someone who is trans to your friends, just introduce them as their name, and that's it. And then later on, if they're close with these people, they can tell them if they want to. It's their decision. If you decide that you are going to tell them that they are trans, then you are taking that choice away from them, and like I said, putting them at risk. I know this video is kind of a bit serious. I was hoping to make something more fun, but my mood is still kind of, you know, low because after yesterday. But I really wanted to make a video about this because there are so many things going on within the trans community. There are so many people who don't understand us, and a lot of people who think that we're not even real. Like, we are real. We are here. We have problems. We have issues. We have rights. We are all human beings, and we deserve the same equal respect as any cis straight person would. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully the next one will be a little bit funnier. I look forward to seeing what you guys think about this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.